Stay tuned because Good Sports is coming up next. Kansas City Sports and Fitness is the magazine for sports fans in KC. Inside, we cover local sports and local teams, from pro to peewee and everything in between. And this month's free copy of Kansas City Sports and Fitness includes the Surplus Exchange College Sports Report. You'll find Kansas City Sports and Fitness all over KC at places like the Kansas City Ice Center. And it's free, so pick one up today. Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness magazine show. Good Sports is presented by Kansas City Chiropractic. Dr. Lynn McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic offer the care that can relieve pain and stress and improve overall health. For an appointment, call them at 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. And by the Surplus Exchange. Take a tax donation credit plus help KC students when you recycle your electronics and office furniture at the Surplus Exchange. For more information, visit surplusexchange.org or call 816-472-0444. Good Sports was recorded live on Saturday, December 14th. Welcome to Good Sports, Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. I am Steve Fish. I'm the publisher of Kansas City Sports and Fitness magazine. Now, this show is being taped at Mafia Pizzeria Southside, which is located at Metcalf and 127th, where at lunchtime you can enjoy the Mafia meal on the go. You can get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi product for just $5.99. You can add a garden salad for just $1.99 and a giant cookie for just 99 cents. Now, this offer is also good at Mafia Mike's Pizza, which is located at 87th and Lackman. Now, before we get started with the show, I want to tell everyone that our current issue of KC Sports and Fitness is available free at over 700 locations in Kansas City. And in our current issue of KC Sports, we feature our Chiefs Report, which is presented by Bud Light. This month, we feature a story on Niall Davis, who set a Chiefs record with a 108-yard kickoff return. And we also compare this year's team with the 1969 Chiefs, and we look at the playoff possibilities and whether the Chiefs will qualify for a wild card slot, and that's looking pretty good. Now, in our hockey report presented by the Kansas City Ice Center, we write about the Outdoor Ice Pavilion, which is open and will be the host site for their Hockey Winter Classics. A couple of tournaments that they have going on this month in December. Plus, we feature a special insert called the Winter Sports Guide, which has information on their Learn to Skate, on their public skating, and on their figure skating programs that are available at the KC Ice Center. In our college football report, which is presented by the Surplus Exchange, we talk with Wildcat Will Spradlin, KU basketball freshman phenom Andrew Wiggins, and we write about the success of the MU Tigers football team in the SEC. You can visit our website, kcsportspaper.com, to find a link to a list of locations where you can find Kansas City Sports and Fitness, and you can actually check out a PDF of the entire issue on our website as well. And now we're joined by a couple of guests here. Now, many people don't know this, but we have a professional women's volleyball team here in Kansas City. It's called the Heart of America Havoc. They start their second season here in Kansas City in 2014. And we're joined now by their head coach, Jill Stinson, and one of their players, Victoria Henson, who obviously plays for the team, and I think this is her second year with the team. Welcome to the show, Jill. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the show, Victoria. Thanks for joining us today.
Great to be here.
Let's start off with some basic information about the team. Now, Jill, you coached the team last year, is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, this is my second season as well.
And I think a lot of the people are actually coming back as well this year that played on the team last year.
Yeah, we had a team of, I believe there were about 15 or 16 players, and we've got 8 back for sure, maybe a couple more, we'll see. We actually had 4 of the players who are had pregnant and are having starting and continuing on with family, so we know they're not returning. But
I was going to cut over to Victoria when you right before you said that, and I thought, well, she may not have been one of those players.
Not one of those.
No, you're not. You're not. Well, yeah, that's an interesting story. Kristen Rhodes, your general manager, told me about that when we met, and just what an interesting story. Just the fact that 4 players, there's something going on there, wasn't there?
Well, and that's always the difficulty with female athletes is that, when do you start your family? How do you got to plan these things. And so many of them, it was certainly something that they've all wanted to do. And we're so happy and pleased for them.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Gonna miss them, but
yeah, made your job a little bit more interesting. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Does, yeah.
So where do you guys play or practice, I guess, and then where will you be playing? I know you have one event at this time that's scheduled here in Kansas City for 2014. So where will you practice and where will you play?
Well, we practice at the Davies Volleyball Complex in Kansas City, Kansas. It's the Heart of America region's home facility. It's at 548 South Coy in Kansas City, Kansas. It's a 4 or 5 court facility, and we'll be in there at least. Last year we practiced about once a month and played about once a month, and we're thinking we'll be able to practice maybe a couple times a month this year, and again at least one match a month and sometimes more.
So Victoria, you've been out of college for a couple of years. Where did you play? And then also, you guys play against some college teams in like friendship games, I guess. Where'd you play in college?
I played at Iowa State.
And how did that go for you? How was that experience?
It was a great experience. I loved every bit of it, so it was great.
You actually come from Leavenworth.
Yes.
But you got recruited by Iowa State. Did you get recruited by any other schools as well?
KU was another school that I was looking at, so those were the two main ones that I focused on.
So why'd you pick Iowa State? What was it? I mean, my daughter goes there, and it's a beautiful campus. I will say that. It's a beautiful campus.
It is. Well, I told them I really enjoyed the food court was what sold me. So, but the coaches are really great. The girls were really welcoming when I went there on my visit. So the school is great. I loved it.
So you guys, last year you guys played against some college teams. Didn't you have some, I mean, I know them as friendship games. They may be practice games for you guys. Who did you play against last year, Victoria?
K-State and KU, and then also UCM.
And these were the women's volleyball teams that
Correct.
you were playing against there. So how'd you fare against them?
I thought we did pretty well. It brought me back to college and how fast it was. So it was just getting used to that again. But it was really fun.
So what's your position on the Havoc? What did you play in college? I assume you're doing the same thing for the team here. Actually, I watched some video, and boy, you can bring it.
I'm an outside hitter for Havoc, and I was an outside for Iowa State also.
So how fast does the ball go when you strike it? Do they ever time it? Do they ever do that?
No, but I would be good to know. I would like to know how fast it goes.
I don't want to get in front of it, and I don't know how you guys get your faces in front of the shots to block them unless you keep that low enough and the hands up high enough. But so Jill, tell us, most of the players are going to live in this area. Does any of them travel in from Wichita or Springfield or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Jackie Church is still in school at Wichita State. She was their libero, and so she'll be traveling up. Our region potentially goes all the way from Columbia out to the Colorado border. So anyone is eligible to play, I guess, within that area. Many of them come from the Kansas City area. But, Missouri had a great season this year. They have 2 incredible seniors, so we're definitely looking at them. KU just unfortunately finished their season last night with the loss, and they have, a handful of seniors that are phenomenal players, and Wichita State as well. So those are certainly the areas that we'll start looking and cultivating some players.
So when do practices actually start, and when do you start actually, testing out the team and determining what they're going to do?
Well, we're going to have a tryout on January the 4th at the Davies Complex from 6 to 9. So inviting as many people as possible. Last year we had such an incredible number of people come and try out. Over 100 girls came and tried out. We're being a little more selective this year, and kind of an invitation. They send us a resume, we take a look at it, because we don't want to go through all of those. But it was such a neat experience. So and for us, we get to be a little bit more selective, and that's nice.
Yeah, and people can contact Kristen Rhodes, who, again, as I mentioned, is your general manager, at Kristen at hoavb.org if they're interested in finding out more about this tryout. Again, what's the date of it?
January the 4th.
Okay, so it's coming right up
It
here.
is.
So how did you guys do last season, and what do you look to improve on this year?
Well, last season we finished overall 11-9.
So over 500, that's good.
You know, it really...
For practicing once a month and playing, that's pretty darn good.
You know, I think you hit the nail on the head right there. We were hoping there would be more teams in the area to play. Omaha, Nebraska had a team, and we played them many times because they were really the most available. Des Moines had a team, and Chicago had a team, and we were able to play them a few times. And it was, you know, you win one, we win one. You win one.
Sure.
It was a good competition, though.
For sure. So one of the things also that's available for the organization here is sponsorships. I know you guys are always looking for sponsors.
Absolutely.
There are a number of packages that are available, and there's information on the website, and it's I think it's Havoc, HAVOC HOAVB.org, but you have a general sponsorship, an event sponsor, a match sponsor, warm-up sponsor. I don't know, does that cover the warm-ups? Is that what your logo's on the warm-ups? Is that what it is?
You know, on the warm-up shirt that we have. Sure.
Okay, that's cool. In addition to that, a player sponsor. So, Victoria, you can get your own sponsor. You can go out and find your own sponsor. You should talk to Andy at Mafia here while you're here today. A jersey sponsor, of course, we all know what that is, and then just a marketing package as well that you guys can use, and it'll sponsor that. That's very cool, and anybody that's interested in promoting themselves with the team can get involved in that. You know, so when you guys play, how many matches do you or, you know, what's the structure? I don't know the exact correct terminology. Go ahead, Victoria, tell us.
Well, sometimes we play 3 out of 5, so 3 sets in a match.
Okay.
Best of 3. Sometimes 2 out of 3. It just depends on if we're in a tournament or the setup of it. But
so how many tournaments did you play in last year, and how many matches did you play last year?
2 tournaments is what we played in.
Where were those? Do you remember?
In Iowa.
Okay. Your hometown?
Yes.
Your home, yeah.
And then here in Kansas City.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. So the event that's going to be happening I think in March when you are back at home, is that going to be a tournament, or is that a match?
It will be, and you know, it's not really, when we play, it's not really a tournament format.
Okay.
It's more of a round robin. So the idea is to try and get as many teams as we can to play and showcase what we have to offer as a professional team. So I think the one that we host at the Show Me, we'll try to get 4 or 5 teams in, and
Gotcha.
So we'll try to play each team
Right.
one 3 out of 5 set match.
Right. So, Jill, let's talk a little bit. We've got a couple of minutes here. Talk about your background. You're in multiple Hall of Fames. You've coached for a few years.
A long time, yeah.
At a very high level. You've had players that have gone on to be All-Americans and all conference and all kind of everything. You played as you were like a three sport athlete in college. What can you pinpoint anything in particular? This is a tough question. Can you pinpoint anything in particular in your career that stands out above and beyond any of those, you know, wonderful achievements that you've had?
You know, I think that, you know, we won a national title at Johnson County, and that was certainly a wonderful experience. But, you know, really just getting the opportunity to play. You know, I played indoor sixes. I played outdoor in the grass and in the sand, and got to play, you know, everywhere from Florida to California to Washington. And, you know, so I think that's it. And just the people that you meet. And, I mean, everything you do is just a whole new adventure. And it's just the love of the game and being around people who love it like you. But all those kids you get to coach, and then, you know, now they have families and they have kids. And so it's just that opportunity of being with the people and sharing a sport that you love so much.
And Victoria, when your college career ended, you went on to play professionally in a couple of places, Puerto Rico and Slovakia. Puerto Rico, you know, I'm sure that, you know, everything, you were treated all right and everything like that. What was the experience in Slovakia?
It was different.
Like it or not like it?
I liked it.
Did you?
Yes. The language is really hard to learn. But
what is the language?
Slovak.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
I guess I should have known that.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Is it a different game at all, the international game versus the college game?
I had to get used to a lot higher balls there, I think, compared to what I'm used to here. So it's hard to communicate with your teammates when they speak another language. And at first, they weren't open to learning some English words and communicating with me, so I tried to learn some Slovak words
there you go.
to communicate with them, so then it made it a little bit easier. But
well, you are a communications major,
yeah.
or you were a communications major,
Yes.
so good for you
Yeah.
for extending that. I want to thank you, Jill and Victoria, for joining us here today. You can find out more about the Havoc at havoc.hoavb.org. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching or listening to Good Sports, Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine show. Today we're coming to you from Mafia Pizzeria, Southside, located at 127th and Metcalf in Overland Park. I'm Steve Fish. We'll be right back. Go online and watch Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports Magazine television show. It's available on the Good Sports KC YouTube channel and features local interviews with local athletes and experts covering sports, health, and exercise topics of importance to KC fans. And be sure to pick up your copy of the new KC Sports and Fitness Magazine, featuring the Bud Light Chiefs Report, the Surplus Exchange College Sports Report, the Cargo Largo Health and Fitness Report, and the KC Ice Center Hockey Report. KC Sports Magazine is always free, so pick one up today. These days, we're all so busy, and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh of Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress, improve your health, and get more out of life. And right now, get a free deep tissue laser treatment with your initial visit. Just mention KC Sports when you make an appointment. For more information on Dr. McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic, call 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com.
With the current trend to live a greener lifestyle, many people and businesses now recycle their electronics. At the Surplus Exchange, your e-waste will never go to a landfill or incinerator, nor will we allow e-waste to be shipped overseas. Some companies employ this tactic and end up polluting other countries with our waste. All materials are safely tracked, destroyed, or reclaimed right here in the U.S. The Surplus Exchange is Kansas City's link between industry, charity, and the environment. To find out more, visit surplusexchange.org.
The outdoor ice pavilion at the Kansas City Ice Center is now open. Come out to a public skating session on the outdoor ice pavilion or on their indoor rink. And sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes at the Kansas City Ice Center. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information on public skating times or to register for a camp or class, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. That's 913-441-3033. One of the world's top golf club fitters is right here in Kansas City. Golf MD in Lenexa has been helping KC golfers for over 15 years by offering expert service at discount prices. Visit Golf MD for all your club repairs. They do regripping, reshafting, and lie, loft, and shaft frequency analysis. Plus, Golf MD can fit you in your existing clubs or create custom clubs for you too. And Golf MD also offers computerized swing analysis and launch monitor testing. Visit golf-md.com or call 913-663-5050. Mafia's Meal on the Go is a great lunchtime choice. Get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce drink from Mafia Mike's at 87th and Lackman and Mafia Pizzeria Southside at 127th and Metcalf. Great pizza and a great offer you can't refuse. Eagles Landing Golf Course is the place to play golf in the Southland and is by far the best golf value around. Visit eagleslandinggolfcourse.com and for tee times call 816-318-0004 and make the drive to see why Eagles Landing is the best golf value in KC. Be sure to check out the Kansas City Ice Center Winter Sports Guide inside December's Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find KC Sports Magazine at over 700 locations across Kansas City, and you can check out the issue online at kcsportspaper.com. The Army Reserve has more than 120 unique career opportunities, so you can add to your current strengths or build brand new ones. Join the Army Reserve and you'll make a difference in your life and the lives of others. Learn more at goarmy.com/reserve. For more information, contact the Greater Kansas City Company at 3720 Arrowhead Drive, Suite B. Telephone number 816-531-3818. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong, paid for by the U.S. Army. Experience a touch of the Ozarks when you tee off at Winterstone Golf Course in Independence. Visit winterstonegolf.com for daily specials and call 816-257-5755 for lessons or information on tournament hosting. Welcome back to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, the show that complements Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. I am Steve Fish, and this show is being taped at Mafia Pizzeria, Southside, located at Metcalf and 127th, where at lunchtime you can enjoy the Mafia meal on the go. You can get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi product for just $5.99. You can add a garden salad for $1.99 and a giant cookie for just 99 cents. And this offer is also good at Mafia Mike's Pizza, which is located at 87th and Lackman. Now, in our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, check out the U.S. Army High School Top Performers section. This month we honor Bishop Miege boys soccer coach Joe Huppy for their state championship, plus goaltender Alec Lutz for his record 11 shutouts. We also honor future soldier Jonathan Thompson, who played on the Liberty North football team. You can pick up your copy of KC Sports and Fitness at over 700 locations, including Mafia Pizzeria Southside, Old Shawnee Pizza, Eagles Landing Golf Course, both Minsky's on Berry Road, and the Kansas City Ice Center. Now, in upcoming weeks on Good Sports, on the 22nd, we will be at the Kansas City Ice Center for their Skate with Santa public skating event from 4 to 6 p.m. that day. KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. On January 4th, we'll be at a new location, Gambino's Pizza. It's located on a street called Brigade, just east of 435 off of 87th Street in Lenexa. And later in January, we'll be back here at Mafia Pizzeria Southside, located at 127th and Metcalf. So come on out and join us, and you might see yourself on TV. And now you can view Good Sports on YouTube. All you have to do is search for the Good Sports KC channel. Now, we're joined here at Mafia Pizzeria Southside by Bob Akers, who is the executive director of the Surplus Exchange. He's also a youth and high school soccer coach here in Kansas City. Welcome to the show, Bob. Thanks for joining us.
It's good to be here, Steve.
Let's talk about the Surplus Exchange. Fill us in on the good deeds and the things that the Surplus Exchange does to help our community and keep our kids safe and educate our kids and all the kind of stuff. I mean, you got your fingers in all sorts of different ways of assisting the community.
Yeah, we're an environmental nonprofit, so first and foremost, we want to make sure that we're not poisoning future generations. And electronics.
It's a good thing.
It is, and electronics are really toxic products. Everything in them is toxic. And a lot of it's recoverable for reuse. So we're certified. I'm actually on the Leadership Council for eSteward, so I helped write some of these certifications. So we feel like we're doing a good job of protecting the future generations, keeping that poison out of landfills, because if it's on the ground, it's in the water, and if it's in the water, it's in your food. We also refurbish, and the refurbishing allows us to make really good technology available to nonprofits, small businesses, new startup businesses, kids in need, very cheaply or free in several cases.
Right, and you have. You promoted with us a couple of years ago that you could get your office put together for an inexpensive price because you have the furniture, you have the computers, you have the big conference tables and things like that, the file cabinets and also office supplies and things like that for an inexpensive price. Or if you've got a kid that's going off to college, it's a great way to get them started with a desk for their apartment. And things like that.
If I'd known that place existed when I came back from college, I would have run right down there rather than starting a revolving charge at J.C. Penney's. I think that was painful.
But you got to do it. You got to do it. So give us information on how people can come out and check out the Surplus Exchange and the products you have.
We're at 518 Santa Fe. And that's in the West Bottoms. You can check us online and get a little map to figure out where that is at surplusexchange.org. We're on Facebook, and you can check us on Facebook. You can interact with us on Facebook. We post products on Facebook. You can ask questions, get a really good feel for what we're doing, and you can call us at 816-472-0444.
Now, one of the things that you get is, besides the furniture and the computers and all that stuff, you get some very cool things in that are just odd things. And you brought something that's really very special today, and let's show our audience that.
We've been talking about this for a while because we do get we get the odd, we get the entertaining, we get the strange, and we get I think this comes somewhere in maybe sad. I've got these we got a box of medals, and these belong to a man named Jack Cook who served in World War II, and apparently passed away at the Eisenhower Center, I think, or the Truman Center in Columbia, Missouri.
Really?
And the thing about this is, when I was looking at these, you can't see this, but this is a prisoner of war medal.
Really?
And
Wow.
Mr. Cook apparently was a member of the 45th Infantry Division and was a guest of Stalag 4 during World War II for a period of time.
Oh, my.
But it just seemed we couldn't recycle these. Yeah, these medals can be melted down, but we had his infantry badge. That's, this must mean something to somebody. And if we can find, we're going to try to find family or some descendant somewhere who might want something like this. If we can't find it, I think we're going to build a little display and just make sure that this guy's honored because, he made a heck of a sacrifice for us. It just seems wrong to grind up his medals and smelt them, so we won't.
Agreed. I agree completely. And what are some of the other things that you have gotten in that you kind of go, oh, that's really cool, or whatever?
Oh, we get oscilloscopes and test equipment.
Really?
Yeah.
How neat. How neat.
We at one point got an old radar screen from a control tower that was probably about a 1948 version of this thing. We had the arming or the targeting prism off of an Abrams tank. We've had Russian night vision goggles and night vision binoculars. You saw the amazing Apple Lisa.
Right.
Ancient Macintosh stuff. We get a lot of really early video games. We've got, next to the Lisa now, we have a video tennis game that's, really, it's really goofy, but it's an early
It's
piece.
how it all started.
It's how, and we still get, even old typewriters somehow end up in our hands. So you just never know. There's a lot of people out there who've been stashing stuff in their basement for years, and when that time comes to get rid of it, it lands with us, thankfully, because we can either reclaim it or we can, put it up for entertainment and education value or whatever it is we're doing.
Yeah. Well, Bob, that's really cool, and I guess you could just set up your own museum there, sort of. Thanks for joining us today. That'll do it for our show. My thanks to our host for today's show, Andy from Mafia Pizzeria Southside, and our guest, Bob Akers from Surplus Exchange, and Victoria Henson and Jill Stinson from the Heart of America Havoc Pro Volleyball Women's team. Be sure to join me, Steve Fish, again next week at the same time for Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. And check out some of our other shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel. Until next week, be sure to read all about sports, health, and exercise in Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find it all over KC, and it's free, so pick it up today. Bring basketball fever to your own backyard or driveway with your very own game court from Sport Court of Kansas City. Let Sport Court come and install a basketball game court at your home. Game courts can also be installed for volleyball, racket sports, soccer, tennis, or roller hockey. So sink that basket at the buzzer and have your own Final Four at home in your backyard or driveway Sport Court. For more details, call Sport Court at 913-963-7529 or visit sportcourtkc.com. When it's trophy time or time to present an award or medal or a gift, contact Overland Park Awards. Need an idea for a trophy? We did for the Army High School Coach of the Week Award, and we found it at Overland Park Awards. Come visit their showroom at 7514 Floyd, 1 block west of Metcalf and 75th, or go online to opawards.com, or call Terry at 913-649-3635. At Overland Park Awards, they sweat the small stuff so you don't have to. Discover, shop, and win at Cargo Largo. Stop by at 35th and Nolan Road in Independence and go online at cargolargo.com. Cargo Largo, a retail store, and so much more.
Welcome to Old Shawnee Pizza and Italian Kitchen. Yep, there's nothing like the homemade taste of an Old Shawnee Pizza. Dine in or carry out. Old Shawnee Pizza with 3 locations.
Eagles Landing Golf Course is the place to play golf in the Southland and is by far the best golf value around. Visit eagleslandinggolfcourse.com, and for tee times, call 816-318-0004 and make the drive to see why Eagles Landing is the best golf value in KC.
Hi, it's the ball game co-host Greg Pryor. In 1991, I was introduced to a line of health supplements called Designer Foods that were created by a genius, Dirk Pearson and his wife, Sandy Shaw. Dirk and Sandy wrote the New York Times bestseller, Life Extension, A Practical Scientific Approach. The results that I felt on a few of their designer food formulas was so great that I formed a company, Life Priority, to offer these great formulas to everyone. One of my favorite products in Life Priority is called Lift. Lift is a powdered drink mix that you mix and drink when you have mental fatigue fatigue and you want to feel bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I felt the results in about 30 minutes. I wish that I had Lift to use when I was an infielder in Major League Baseball for the Royals. Lift also comes in capsules called Lift Caps. See Lift and Lift Caps and all the great Life Priority products at my website, lifepriority.com. Get your personal rally going. Visit my website, get some Lift or Lift Caps today at lifepriority.com.
With your coupon from Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine, get $5 off your purchase of $15 or more of regular priced items at Mafia Mike's and Southside Mafia. Now you can view our shows and past shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel